Hello guys, welcome to another video on my channel. My name is George and I gotta sneeze. Oh my god. Yeah, we've been having crazy weather. I'm not sick or anything, but we had like in the minus 20s there just a few days ago in the mornings, then about minus 9, minus 12 or something like that in the afternoons. And today, well, right now it's like plus 4 or something. And after all this cold weather, it feels like spring. That's why I'm outside in the driveway, and I'm gonna do one thing that has bothered me about my truck since it's been on the road, because I noticed something. I noticed a little problem. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, what we're looking at is the upper radiator hose. This clamp there is brand new, but see, there's a bit of residue from antifreeze right there. And then when you look down there in the manifold, yeah, it's collecting there. That is not good. Well, what it means to me is that this hose is probably hardened because it's old. It doesn't matter how much I tighten the clamp. You saw it's a brand new clamp, and that's actually the second brand new clamp because the first one I over tightened it. Then I put that one in there, tightened it like just by feel, thinking, you know, maybe that's going to be just perfect. Well, yeah, no, then I had to tighten it some more, and it was okay for a few days. I didn't notice any new leakage, but now I can see it again. So I went and bought a new radiator hose for this truck, and I got to talk to you about that one a little bit, because if you're in that same situation, you might appreciate what I'm going to tell you. Well guys, as it turns out, I'm still having a problem with this hose. I bought it at Parts Source. At Napa, this hose, like, look at this hose at Napa Auto Parts, and I'm in Canada, so we don't have O'Reilly's, we don't have AutoZone, we have Napa, and we have Parts Source, and there's Parts King, which is like a thing where you have to find your parts online, and there's only one in all of Edmonton, but Parts Source and Napa, they're all over the place, so it's easier for me to get it there. But the problem I'm having, look at this. I mean, this is a $25 hose that I bought, and I bought it at Parts Source, and this was supposed to be for a 36-inch radiator. But I bought it because before that I had a hose that was supposed to be for a 24-inch radiator, which I have. Show you. See? 2 feet. That is where it is. So guys, I went there twice. And I exchanged the first hose that I had because it wouldn't fit. It was too wide. Now I got the second hose that for some reason I ended up with, and it is still the same situation. So instead of trying to mess with this, I'm just gonna hop in the truck, and I'm gonna go to Parts Source, and I'm gonna try to exchange this once again. So yeah, I returned this hose. Look at this, all my receipts from Parts Source. Back and forth twice. Now I'm without a hose. The hose that they sold me the second time was basically just a different version of the one they sold me the first time. So now I am at the big store, the Canadian Tire here in northeast Edmonton. And I'm hoping that even though they share the same system as the Parts Source, that they have the correct hose for my truck. I know my radiator is 26 inches wide, and that should be all the information they need. Now, I can't take my camera in there because, yeah, they don't like that in the store. I wish I had my phone on me, but you get the idea. I'll let you know what happens once I'm done in there and I come back out with or without a hose. No luck here. They don't even have that hose in stock. They told me all they have is the lower radiator hose, which is no good for me. I already changed that. So the only choice I have now is to go to Napa Auto Parts and hope for the best. So I'm at Napa Auto Parts, and it's like not exactly the same story, but it is a $61 hose here. And of course, they don't have it in stock. So what I have to do now is like go back home, park the truck, leave it as is for now, maybe tighten that clamp again, and then check online where I can find that hose. Hopefully a little bit cheaper than $61, but you know, if it is, it is. I gotta find it somewhere. I want to change that hose. I didn't think it was gonna be that big a deal. I spent my afternoon running around instead of installing the hose that I had and that I thought was gonna be the correct one. So sometimes it's like that, guys. And I don't think it's because it's such an old truck, because I'm assuming that that hose probably fits in a whole range of different vehicles. Yeah. Or maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have experience with that, and you can leave me a comment if you do. So guys, I'm back here in my driveway. Not gonna do this hose today. I have to find out where I can get it from. And then tomorrow is Saturday. Maybe if I get lucky enough to find a hose at a reasonable price, hopefully, not like 80 bucks or something like that, then I will do that tomorrow. It's not a big action, you know, it's just like I have to lower the coolant just a little bit and then change the hose, fill it back up. Should be simple. I spent all afternoon just trying to hunt down the hose. So guys, the saga goes on. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that Napa didn't have the hose in stock, because I would have paid $61. So now I found the same hose for $22 something at the Parts King. And that's where I'm going now, because it's Friday afternoon and they're only open until 5 o'clock and it's almost 4. That's the other side of town, so I got a boogie. So that's it, guys. I'm at Parts King. Let's hope the hose is the right one this time around. Once again, I don't think this hose is the right one. It's only 5:15 here, but it's dark. So the guy at the Parts King, he came outside with me and we looked at the hose together, and he thinks it's okay. I'll put it on tomorrow. It's too dark now, but I'll put it on tomorrow and just put what I got. Yeah, if I would have known that, I could have probably had that on 2 weeks ago, but I didn't know. So it's the next day now. Like a little bit colder than it was yesterday, but it's very tolerable. I don't need gloves on, maybe to touch the tools, but let's have a look at this hose again. Like I still baffled that it's not the exact same hose that I have in the truck now, but I think it's gonna fit. See, here's my old one, and as you can see, it leaked again. So what I have to do is put this in, and it's probably gonna be on a bit of an angle. See, the routing is not exactly the same as the old one, obviously, but the ends appear to be the correct size. Well, it's a brand new hose, so let's just put it in. See if I can open this by hand this time around. Oh yeah, I actually can. That's kind of cool. I didn't open the radiator cap because I kind of wanted to drain without having any vent there. Yeah, because then it's going to suck the coolant right out of the hose as the level lowers. It's going to be a little slow, but I'm thinking it's going to work. When I squeeze it, it goes out faster, so I'm thinking that maybe soon there's just going to be air in that hose. Not sure how much to drain, but I think it's probably enough now. Let's shut this. Boom, doom, doo, doo. undoing the top clamp first, and then I can pull off the hose and drain it right into the bucket. Yeah, of course you're gonna do that. Can't really show you everything because something's gonna fall and make a mess. The other clamp. This one is a new clamp. Can reuse this, no problem. Maybe I want to have a rag in my hand when I take this off. Cut it off this far. Is there going to be any fluid in there? Nope, nothing at all. See, my trick worked. There's some on top of the thermostat there. And see, this is what the problem is. This hose has deposits on it. It's too old. This thing, I'll clean it up good. Yeah, it seems to fit. Tighten those clamps now. That's enough. Well, it looks to me like the hose is just a little bit longer than it would really have to be, but it's fine. We haven't lost any coolant. I have just filter the coolant through a rag and put it back in here. So now the radiator appears to be full, but we know that there's air in the hose. So what I'm going to try to do is squeeze it a little bit. I'm not going to go too crazy because once the coolant flows, it'll bleed itself. Whatever I can't get in there, just going to add it to the overflow and it's going to balance itself out. Next step is to drive the truck until it reaches normal operating temperature, and that's it. You know, the heater is already on, the stuff should circulate. After that, gonna open the hood, see that there's no leaks, make sure it's all good, and then maybe the next time when it's cold, I'm gonna open up the radiator cap and just make sure the level is good in there. But I think, yeah, from what I put in there, it should be just fine. All right, I'm back in the driveway. Look at the temperature gauge. Yeah, it's at the operating temperature there. So that's good. We'll shut off the truck. Now I'm going to take a look under the hood, make sure nothing is leaking, and I don't expect it to. And then it's done. All good. Looks dry. Same thing here. The hose feels nice and warm because the stuff's been circulating. So that's it, guys. Change the hose. It's a simple job. It took me way longer than it should have because I was questioning the shape of the hose. Yeah, I question everything. Sometimes that sets you up for an advantage. Other times you're just going back and forth and you end up where you started. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would appreciate having you. See you soon in another video. And if you can't wait, well, check out one of my other videos on this channel.